Hi guys, welcome back to Tosh Vlogs. Today will be a cooking vlog. I know you guys feel like I forgot about the ones that are actually here for the cooking vlogs, but I got y'all today. Today I will be making sausage tortellini soup. Here are the ingredients I will be using, and you can also find this list in the description below. One of the things that I try to tell people when it comes to cooking is that I don't necessarily buy a whole lot of name brand items, because I feel like most of these items that have name brands on them have the exact same ingredients as the off-brand stuff. And not only that, I feel like I manipulate the taste and the flavor of anything that I cook, and it's all about the seasoning. The first thing I do is pour some olive oil in a big pot, and I brown my Italian sausage. The reason I use a big pot is so that I can add all my ingredients into this pot, even though I'm going to end up transferring it over later. Next, I add all of my seasonings, which vary from Goya, paprika, basil, accent, my favorite tahini, black pepper, onion powder, just whatever you want at this point. But my special ingredient, my special seasoning is definitely tahini. While the Italian sausage is cooking, I go ahead and chop me an onion. I had to stop halfway through to get me a wet paper towel because this was a strong onion and it was killing me. But once I got that wet paper towel, I didn't have any more issues. Next, I try to ground my Italian sausage just a little bit. Now, when it comes to Italian sausage, it doesn't necessarily matter if you have bigger pieces, because you don't really want it completely ground like ground beef, because we're not making tacos here. Now I'm going to come in and add my chopped onions. And this is the tahini seasoning that I was talking about earlier. It's spelled Tajin. Please don't scold me if I'm saying that wrong. Now I'm going to add in about a half a can of diced tomatoes. Not even really a half a can, because my kids are not too fond of tomatoes. Now I'm going to add about a spoonful and a half of minced garlic. We love garlic around here. Now I'm going to add in my chicken broth. So I'm going to give it a stir, and I'm going to let that come to a boil. While I'm waiting on that to come to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and chop and clean my kale. You can use spinach also, but I like kale better in this particular soup. If you're still with me at this point, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe. Now that my soup has come to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and add in my heavy whipping cream. At this point, I also add in about a tablespoon of brown sugar to cut back on the acidity. That part is totally optional, but I find that it gives it more flavor as well. At this point, I also add in more seasoning. If you're not sure about how much seasoning you're using, feel free to taste this soup at any moment. I give it a stir, and then I let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I add in my tortellini as well as my kale. So I'm going to give it all a good stir, and then I'm gonna add a little paprika for color. And typically at this point, I would add a lid. However, I like to transfer mine over to my crock pot, put the lid on, and let it cook a little longer over there. You can totally finish this out on the stove. This is just something that I like to do. And also keep in mind that tortellini is somewhat already cooked. So what you don't want to do is overcook it. You gotta watch it, like really watch it. If you're gonna finish this out on the stove, I'd say let it cook for 15 to 20 more minutes. But if you're gonna transfer over to a crock pot like myself, you can let it cook for about 30 minutes. You got more time in a crock pot because it's a little slower. Once everything gets stirred up pretty well, you want to place the lid on it. Once again, I'm going to check on the tortellini because, like I said before, you don't want your tortellini to get too soft. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our end result. I hope you guys have enjoyed this cooking vlog. Please feel free to tweak it as you want. You may use ground beef, ground turkey, chicken, or you may not want to use meat at all. Definitely thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. If you're old here, feel free to like, comment, and share. And remember, until next time, be easy.